So I'm waiting for Mahal. She had to run into one of these stores along the way, so I thought I'd at least point the camera out the window. Maybe you can see something interesting passing by. You never know. Since I've been here, there have been so many accidents. I've been here a little over a year now. I've seen 3 bus accidents, 3, lots of motorcycle accidents, and it's kind of amazing that not everybody experiences it. I don't know if it's just this area or not, because I was on a live. I was watching Gary and Pastor Andrew. If you don't watch them, you need to watch them. Nice guys, and their channel is growing better than ours. So it's a plug for someone doing better than us. But yeah, and I put in the comments saying something about I've seen so many accidents since I come here. It's unreal. But I think Gary mentioned in saying they don't see many up their way at all. So I guess it depends on where you are, I guess. Because this is the most accidents I've seen in my life in a short time. Like I say, it's been a little over a year now, just over a year. And wow, we just seen one again just, I think it was yesterday. It was a bus, a car, and a motorcycle. The motorcycle was flat on the ground, and you know, the bus was stopped there and the car was parked behind, so they all hit each other somehow. I think due to rainy weather or something. But anyway, while I was waiting for my Philippine, I just thought I'd share some thoughts about what life is really like in the Philippines as a foreigner. Probably not a whole lot different than life anywhere, really, other than things are different, you know, things are different. So like you're living life at home, you know, and you're going shopping, you're taking care of whatever you got to take care of, going around your day. So the things you see here are different, you know, that's different, I guess. Like the shopping for me, and everybody's experiences are different that way. For me, the shopping malls back home where I'm from, very few people in them shopping, from what I remember anyway. So much as often as I went shopping in the malls, which wasn't a lot, but weren't a whole lot of people there, except for maybe Christmas time. But here, the malls always seem packed with people, always, absolutely always. And if the brownout happens here, which is a whole nother point, they're triply or quadruply packed, because like the Robinson Mall here has backup electricity, so when there's brownouts, like everybody goes there to maybe the restaurants and things like that, just a place to hang out, so they're really packed at that time. So these are basically just some differences. Life goes on normal, I guess, wherever you are, but the differences would be the things you see and maybe the people you meet. The people here are very friendly, very nice, very kind. You know, we've mentioned in other videos that like in the comments, people are saying, like, concerning people with their hand out. We've mentioned that a few times because it's different for me. Where I came from, it's not really like that. But then in the comments, oh, I'm in this state in the U.S., it happens all the time. I'm in another state in the U.S., it happens all the time, that kind of thing. So that's okay. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying, for me, it's a little different for me over here in the Philippines, and I see it on a regular basis, daily basis, in fact, for us. It's just factual for where we are, and then someone's always, you know, asking you for something. And again, that's not a complaint, it's just a fact. And like, how do you deal with that? You know, as a life in the Philippines, as a foreigner. I mean, like they say, it's against the law to hand out money, so technically, I guess you're not supposed to do that either. And even if you were to do it, you'd have to have your pockets full of change all the time where we are. I'm just talking from our point of view where we are here. And you'd always have to be giving, you know, like sometimes at a drive-through, for example, we've seen, oh my goodness, 1, 2, maybe 4 to 5 different people asking in the one little drive-through that we go through at the one time, I mean. So I mean, you gotta have coins for this one, coin for that one, coin for that. If you're going to do that, I'm not saying we're doing that. I'm just saying if you're going to do that. So, and then that's just one drive-through, and you go through another drive-through, or if you happen to go like at the Gaisano Mall now, the new Gaisano Mall, we were there, or we're there regularly, but just the other night when we backed in, as soon as we back in, there's someone waiting for us right there. It's a little girl, I think, and she has her hand out, and they come. Sometimes they're singing a song. They think that by singing a song, you'll give them something, you know, that sort of thing. We've had a couple incidences, or not a couple, several incidents where they're outside the window when we're in a restaurant, and they're knocking on the window, not not to anyone else. It doesn't seem like it anyway. Like yesterday when we were in a mall, in Hmong and Asal, I mentioned on another video, there's 2 kids knocking outside our glass where we were sitting, but they weren't knocking to anyone else, just where we were sitting. And someone with the staff or the manager kind of got them to go away on their own. We didn't ask or anything. It just happened. But I think there's differences, but life continues as normal. You're just doing your things in your daily life, visiting family, and Mahal helps her family and things like that. And the real needs that Mahal knows about, she tries to help. So that's where we try to help, is that when she sees a real need, like she knows of one right now, and she's hoping to try to help that lady. There's a lady really needs some help, and she's hoping to help that lady. It's a real need kind of thing. So rather than just be throwing money around, she tries to help real needs. And sometimes she'll give rice to someone who needs rice, or vegetables to someone who needs vegetables, and she can help that way. And it's things like that, So life in the Philippines as a foreigner. Personally, I enjoyed. I would like to see more of the Philippines. We've been focusing around this area because Mahal is from this general area. All up and down the road includes Malaybalay, CDO, Davao, Valencia City, all the Bukidnon area, and outside on either side, east and west of the Bukidnon area. So we've been kind of going up and down the road depending on where we are at the time, experiencing life here. Davao City was nice in that it had the big shopping malls, and everywhere we went, it seemed like we could live by credit card, which I like to do that and then pay on the credit card. It's more convenient for me. And I was even making videos at that time saying, wow, this is fantastic. I can use my credit card, live like home. This is fantastic. But then once we got to the Valencia City area, outside more of a province life area, even though it's a city area, surrounded more by the province, it's it's hard to use a credit card anymore other than Robinson's Mall mainly. So that gets hard, and then we go up to CDO, and it's hit and miss up there, but it's a bigger city. It's kind of nice to see a Starbucks up there. My son likes the Starbucks, so we're planning to make a trip up there soon. So these are some of my experiences. We went around to different resorts, a lot of little resorts here, which are kind of nice, off the beaten track, and some bigger ones as well, again, off the beaten track. We've experienced those. We've documented those if you want to go back and look on one of our channels. And you can find all our channels at beautifulbabylove.com, and appreciate if you take some time to subscribe and look at all those, because you'll see a lot of resorts we travel to. And what surprises me is that you as a viewer, sometimes a lot of the viewers complain about certain videos we make, like we did one about safety in the Philippines, and they even get it mixed up with how we were really talking about that, and it hits big numbers. But then, we made a lot and put a lot of effort into videos resorts that we went to, and just beautiful in my opinion, and they get less than 100 people watching them. So, to me, they're better videos anyway, so why aren't people just clicking on those? But yeah, I highly suggest looking at some of those resort videos. You can see some of the smaller resorts, what they're like, and kind of experience vicariously some of the off the beaten track parts of the Philippines that are still just so beautiful with these little resorts. And then, the normalities like this here, the shopping, this is like a downtown area here with the markets and so on and so forth, like a shoe shop over here, like a little department store right here. No, that's a furniture store. Actually, we bought a couch in there. We bought a couch right there. And, just a lot of various remittance store right here. Next there's a remittance shop, whatever you want to call it. Just, downtown's a fish market over here and so on. So, it's just, I like it. I really like it. Everyone, I went for a walk, I think 2 days ago with my son around our neighborhood, and almost everyone, a lot of people calling out, because it was just myself and my son walking. Hey, Joe, Joe, Joe. They'll call you Joe because I guess G.I. Joe, American, that kind of thing. So, they call you that a lot depending on where you are. And that's the thing, because I see so many experiences in the YouTube by other foreigners, and they're in different parts of the Philippines, and everyone seems to have a somewhat slightly different experience. Like, oh, we don't have people who are beggars here with their hand out. That's not even a thing. I'm thinking, okay, well, you're in a different place than us because we see it daily, daily, and things like that. You know, they say how things are different. So, you know, check out all the Philippines, what I say. I really love it here. The big thing is the heat. It's a really different heat, especially, again, than what I'm used to. Maybe you're living in Arizona and you have Arizona heat, and maybe it's the same. I don't know. I haven't been to the Arizona heat. But where I'm from in the eastern Canada, it's a huge difference. Okay? So, yeah, if you can handle the heat. But I like it. I actually like the heat. Some days might be a little too hot if you're out too long or something like that. But, like, during this rainy season where we are, there's a lot of cloud cover like today, and you get a little breeze. Like, it's really warm and humid, but the breeze is nice, you know, and I enjoy it, you know, as opposed to the cold, bitter days where I have to be out in the snow shoveling and put on the gloves, put on the hat and the boots, and then you come in the house and you're taking water in the house from the boots and your clothing. You take it all off, put it in a pile on a chair, and in a couple more hours you get more snow. You got to go out and shovel your driveway again. This to me is more enjoyable. And I would like to do the travel thing a little more over here. Maybe in time, by God's grace, at some point in time, I'd like to visit other parts, like where the beaches are, different beaches. You know, I'd like to experience BGC, which I see about on YouTube, but I'm not up in that area. Cebu IT Park, I'm not up in that area. I'd like to experience those places. So there's lots for you as a foreigner thinking about coming here. There's so many aspects of the Philippines you can enjoy. But for most of our videos, you can certainly check out the Mindanao area. And again, before I came, all I knew about it was a very scary place to visit. You should not go there. But since I've been here, I'm thinking, this immediate area here, it seems to be like one of the safest, especially for like weather conditions. From my observations, that's another thing I really noticed as a foreigner visiting here in the Philippines, what life is like. This particular area, Valencia City, Bukidnon, Malaybalay, you know, Maramag, for weather conditions, like if you get an earthquake anywhere in the Philippines, you might feel a little tremor here, maybe just a small. You don't get the typhoons here. You might get a little bit of heavy rain, but I mean, get that home, you know, where I'm from. You know, so it seems like a very moderate place to live. Now, the parts missing from here is like the day-to-day living is like you got the Robinsons Mall and the new Gaisano Mall, and then these little shops downtown, which are nice. But if that's all you got every day, you know, you want to go see somewhere else. You know, you're visiting, you want to see more, you know, unless you just want to sit at home and watch TV, which is not what I want to do. I like to get out and visit around and see the place and experience it more. So in the end, I'd like to experience more of the Philippines. So that's my, I guess, end comment to you as a foreigner. If you haven't been here and you're thinking about visiting, try to put it in your plan somehow, some way to visit more parts, all the different places within the Philippines as much as you possibly can. And even if you set up a base camp, so to speak, like maybe you're like us, you know, my Filipina is from right here, close to here, and she has land now. It'd be nice to have the land and a house on that land and use it as like a launch place that every now and again you'd go to a different part of the Philippines and experience that. Every now and again you'd leave and go to Vietnam or, you know, Thailand, or experience some of these other places and other little cultures around and use it as like a home base. I think that's kind of like an ultimate thing for a foreigner if you're coming over here. Use the Philippines as a wonderful place for your kind of base camp, especially if you have a Filipina, and just enjoy the Philippines and then enjoy it as a launching pad to some of the other countries around as well. So these are some thoughts to maybe consider. Just me rambling, so you know, thanks for putting up with my rambling while I'm just sitting here waiting for Filipina. And leave in the comments things that you hope to see here in the Philippines, your retirement dreams, and so on and so forth. I'd like to hear from you guys too. So again, please check out all our videos on all our channels. We have so many variety of videos. Don't think of those one or two that kind of took off like crazy, that's our only kind of topic, because that's not it. We've covered so many different things. Go back to our, you know, first video, second video, third video, and somewhere in between of all the different channels, and check them out. And we do the car cam conversation channel where we're in the car here just chatting, lots of different topics. So we appreciate your company and your views. Check out beautifulbabylove.com. Thank you so much. God bless you.